Hi Pisces, welcome to your daily reading. I hope you're doing well. So this is going to be a reading for any significant Pisces placements you may have, or if you're dealing with a Pisces and you're cross-watching, you can get a message. Take what resonates as it resonates with your situation. Disregard the rest. Don't force anything to fit. Roles can be reversed. Just keep an open mind. Feel free to check out any other video on the channel. They're all done in divine timing, meant for you to find them when you need them. So if any other title stands out or thumbnail or anything like that, go check out that video as well. And if you'd like readings for all the signs, I do that on my other channel, Advice to Think Twice, linked in the description box below. We're at 900 subscribers. Thank you so much. As soon as we get to 1,000, I want to introduce new content in addition to the daily, so I'm excited to get there. Thank you everyone for your support, getting me to this point, and thank you in advance for subscribing if you're new, helping me reach that milestone. And thank you all for your likes and your comments and your shares. I really appreciate it. And it's also very good to hear, to read how the readings are helping you and how the readings are resonating with you and how they're impacting you. I'm very thankful for that. All right, what's going on for Pisces today? Okay. So this is going to be the situation, so we can pinpoint it in our own lives, and this could be developments coming up today with this situation, okay? And remember, for some this has already happened, it's happening currently, or will be happening within a day or so, so just keep an open mind. All right, bottom of the deck we have the Tower. I also saw the Devil that wanted to flip over, so I don't know, there's a breaking of patterns, a breaking of bad habits, a breaking of things that have been chaining us or holding us back somehow, and it could be what Saturn is doing in our chart. I feel like it is. The Tower, expect the unexpected today. The Tower is not a bad card, okay? It can create a lot of upheaval if we have an issue with change, okay? If we're content in a situation and all of a sudden it's falling apart, yeah, it's not going to be pleasant, right? The Tower is one of those moments in our lives when, as we're going through it, it feels very difficult, very challenging. Everything's up in the air. We don't understand what's happening. We can't go back to the old way, but we don't know what the new way is. Maybe we like the old way, so we're not happy that it's gone. However, if we try to embrace it, because there's not a lot else we can do, this is one of them situations where we don't get a say, really, whether this happens or not. The bottom line is it's happening. We get a say in how we handle it, right? But more often than not, when we look back, when we're through the storm and we look back, we often say, actually, that was painful to go through, but it's actually one of the best things that's ever happened to me, okay? So that's the Tower. Don't freak out. Let's see. Current situation, the Six of Cups, blast from the past energy here. We are during a Mercury retrograde. Oh, and here's the Devil. There you go, when I'm recording this. So old patterns of behavior, codependency, any self-sabotaging tendencies, things that you've been doing, same old, okay? There's a quote, I'm just going to paraphrase it because I can't remember it word for word, and I think it was Carl Jung. I think, don't quote me on that, but it's basically saying that until we make the subconscious conscious, it will rule our lives and we'll call it fate. What does that mean? It means our patterns of behavior that we're not aware of, okay, dictate our lives. And we won't have an explanation for why we keep ending up in the same type of situation, why we keep ending up with the same person, and it never goes well, right? And we'll just say, it's out of my hands, it's out of my control, right? We'll call it fate, like out of our hands. Until we pause, we crack that baby open with the Tower, and we start asking some different questions. Why does this always happen? What's the common denominator? Oh, it's me. Okay, but that's not an easy question to answer. Let's be honest. It's not an easy question to answer, to bring the focus on ourselves. And this isn't where we blame ourselves, and we do go through that. But it's not about that. It's about taking accountability, okay? What am I doing that's helping my situation? And what am I doing that's damaging my situation, okay? In the foundation, we have justice. Some decisions have been made, some lessons have been learned, some karma has been paid. Yes, which is why we're now breaking free from some karmic contracts. Six of Cups with Justice is karmic contracts. They can translate in romantic relationships, friendships, relationships with a particular member of our family, our relationship with money, our relationship with health, our own mindsets and behaviors. Okay, it's all karma, and karma has been paid. So we're being released out of some karmic contracts. And for some of us, it feels like we're being pushed out of some karmic contracts, and we're not quite sure what to make of it. Oh yeah, 10 of Wands. A lot of burdens, not just the one. This could have been a recurring cycle, pattern with the same person, with the same situation, the same type of whatever. And we always ended up in the same place. It was like a circle, going in circles. And when we put those burdens down, when we stopped doing the same old, when we made the subconscious conscious, right? When we asked ourselves, wait, why am I doing this again? And we started pulling at that thread. We saw what we needed to see. We learned what we needed to learn. And we made the decisions we needed to make. Okay? What's on the mind? The Nine of Swords. Confusion. If we're just being pushed out of a karmic contract, it may feel like, did I do something wrong? I don't, if it's one of them situations where we felt comfortable with the devil, right? That's a comfort zone type thing. We may even be aware that something might not be excellent for us, but it's like, but I know what it is. I know what to expect. I can handle it. But do you really need a bad thing in your life? Do you really need a toxic thing? I don't like using that word because it's so commonly used now. But you know what I mean? Do you need to have a less than relationship, thing, person, whatever in your life? Do you really need to? For some of us, that's the question. Why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? Because more often than not, we find some level of codependency there, or we find some level of we chose to sacrifice, or we chose to try to save someone, and so we put up with whatever the situation was. We told ourselves we can handle it. And we've come to this place where, who am I doing this for again? What am I getting out of this? Am I happy with that? Is that good for me? Does that work for me? And we broke that pattern, okay? Very deep reading today. Oh, what's happening? So we have today's energy, we have Temperance, the Nine of Wands, and the Emperor. Absolutely. We've come to this place of power, self-empowerment. We've taken back control. We've made the subconscious conscious. We're in charge now. We call the shots. We have the bigger picture, and we make the best decisions for ourselves and everyone else involved. Okay, that's the Emperor energy. We've learned boundaries. We've learned the value of our own peace. We've learned the value of health, mind, body, soul, spiritual. And we are now making that our new normal. That is where I'm stable, and that is where I'm staying. Okay? Now, this is on a personal level, from a perspective of like personal development, spiritual development, okay, growing as a person, paying off karmic debt. That's great. On a day-to-day level, what could this talk about? It could talk about a situation where blast from the past, the same person, the same type of pattern, the same type of situation that would have triggered us in the past, maybe resurfacing. It could be if someone reaches out, or we find ourselves in that situation, or we're thinking of someone, okay, from the past pattern. And we have a choice, okay? Justice, Nine of Swords. We have a choice. Do we go back? Or do we see this as confirmation that actually I'm in a different place right now, I can make different decisions? For some of you who've already walked away from this, and now that they're coming back, you're in your head again with the Nine of Swords because you're wondering why they're coming back, okay? It's also making you question your decision to walk away because maybe they're coming back all nice, friendly, loving, Six of Cups energy. But look what's behind it, the Devil. It's still not right. It's still not healthy, So with Temperance, the Nine of Wands here, I'm seeing you sticking to your standards and your boundaries and choosing your peace and your stability. I feel like for some of you, just be mindful of yourself. okay? How you feel, what you're thinking. Because as soon as this thing, this person, the same thought, the same pattern is resurfacing, you'll start to panic, freak out, get anxiety, doubt yourself, question yourself, be in this place of confusion, be in this place of feeling like, I don't know if I have enough power to make, I don't know if I'm confident enough to make this decision. It's your decision about yourself. You're the only one who can make it. You're the one who holds all the power, right? And for some of you, just seeing yourself in that state again, okay, will be enough, will be your confirmation that it's time to move on. All right? That you made the right decision in moving on. There has been some time when you haven't seen this person, you haven't been in this place, you haven't dealt with this situation or this pattern, and you found your peace and your boundaries and your standards. So when this comes in and it brings you anxiety, chaos, insecurity, questioning things, questioning yourself, that will be enough for you to compare and choose who you want to be and where you want to be. Do you want to stick with the peace that you've found away from this? Or do you want to go back into this? Because it hasn't changed and it will not change, okay? Because this situation, whether we want more of it or not, or we wish it could be more or not, that's why we struggle releasing things, because we wish it could be more. But this is the type of situation that the best it can do, the furthest it can go, is to trigger us, to keep triggering us. That's as far as it can go. It can never go beyond that point, because that's not the nature of that person. That is not the nature of that situation. Okay? It's like, I don't know what kind of example to give you, but it does not have that capacity. Do you know what I mean? It hasn't been designed for that. It hasn't been programmed for that. It hasn't been set up for that. It can only do A, B, C. Trigger once, trigger twice, trigger 3 times. It cannot move past that. It just repeats. Okay, it's like a program, a computer program. It's been written to do one thing. You can try to get it to do more, but it doesn't know what you want from it. It cannot comply. It cannot give you what you want because it has not been written for that. There's no code for that. Do you know what I mean? I hope it makes sense. It's kind of a technical example, but I hope it makes sense, okay? So what else for Pisces today? Strength, beautiful. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. You have all the 9s out. This is truly the end of a cycle, Pisces. And you're ending it with your head held high. Look at all this yellow. Coming out of this darkness. Look at all this brightness. Happiness, joy, confidence. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Strength. I'm healthy now. I'm making healthy choices now. Again, mind, body, soul. I'm making healthy choices now. I recognize this for what it is. I recognize this as an unhealthy pattern. I recognize this as an unhealthy relationship. I recognize this as an unhealthy dynamic. And I have power over myself enough to choose differently now. Okay? In the past, I may have gone with the program, kept doing the same thing, not asking why. Okay? It's where we just go through the motions. It's like we do the same thing expecting different results. Now we're in a place where I have a bigger picture now. I have a bigger perspective, and I have more resources within myself to tell things for what they are and to be able to make choices that I'm happy, confident, and comfortable with, knowing that they're the right choices for me in the long run. So this could be where you choose to say no to someone, say no again, say no still. Choosing to become single. Now look, they're coming with chaos, drama, conflict, instability. They have moments of, it looks like it's calm and peaceful and it's coming together. And then the flip side of that is pettiness, bitterness, bullying, intimidating. It's the type of situation that when it's good, it's great, and when it's bad, it's hell. It's very extreme, very unstable, okay? It's the type of situation where more often than not, you found yourself walking on eggshells around someone. And you stopped and asked yourself, why am I doing that to myself? Like, what am I getting out of this? What am I getting that's positive, that's healthy out of this dynamic, out of this situation, out of me being this way? What does that do for me? Nothing. So why am I doing it then? You know? For others of you, if this is someone where you can't completely break away, like it's family or whatever the case may be, although don't get me started, just because someone's family doesn't mean you have to put up with anything. If you ask me, that's just my personal opinion. The fact that we're family doesn't mean anything to me, if I'm going to be quite frank, okay? If you're a bully and abuser, I don't care who you are in my life. Like, I don't care. You know, I've come to that extreme. I've come to that point where I choose peace above all else. I don't care if they're my father, my mother, my brother, my sister, my cousin. My partner. There is no one I'm not going to walk away from or cut out of my life if they come with this kind of situation in my life. You know what I mean? But still, for most people, the fact that someone's family means something, okay? It means that you try harder, or you give them more leeway, or you try to be more patient with them, or whatever the case may be. But this is a situation where you're either telling someone, no, get out of my life, no, stay out of my life, or you're saying, if you want to be in my life, this is how you treat me. These are the rules, these are the boundaries if you want to be in my life. Okay? And what else for Pisces? Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. What you're now attracting are opportunities, options that are genuine, that are honest. Whether this is happening in your love life, whether this is happening in your work situation, your social life, your business life. Whether you're aware of it or not, you have options. You have a lot of options, okay? You may not see them while you're in this mindset though. But that's also telling you with the Queen of Wands, you're an attractor now. Confidence attracts. You have the Strength card, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Confidence, confidence, confidence. Stability, health, confidence, okay? That attracts people, situations, opportunities. It just attracts. It draws things and people into you. And what you need to remember is that you're the boss in your own life. Male or female, doesn't matter with the Emperor. You deliberate, you review, you compare to what your wants, your expectations, your rules, your boundaries, and you decide what you allow, which options you go with, who gets to stay, who can go, what you invest in, what you say no to. It's a very empowering energy, Pisces. Okay? But on a day-to-day level, because this goes deep, so it'll be playing out in a lot of different ways for everyone. And for a lot of us, this will be internal, okay? We'll just have that aha moment, that realization. Why am I doing this again? Oh, no, wait, I can do something else. I got other options now. Maybe before you were dealing with someone where you felt you had no choice in the matter. And now when it's coming back around, or they're trying to come back around, you're like, hold on, I got choices. I got options, you know? Let me think about it. It's, again, but you have the power. Do you understand the difference in dynamic? It's, let me think about it. As in, I can choose whether or not I want to do this. I need to think about it. Versus, I have no choice. I have no choice, you know? So that's on an internal level, on a personal level. On a day-to-day level, like I say, you could have a complete shock to hear from someone you haven't heard from in a very long time. They're not the best person. They may not be a bad person, but they got a lot of issues. There could be addictions involved, codependency tendencies, self-sacrificing, self-sabotaging tendencies, whatever the case may be. And it's a case where you're saying, I've tried to help this person. I've tried to be there for them. They only took me down with them. Once I took a break from them, I got my peace, my clarity, my stability back. Okay, I started healing my mental self, my emotional self, my physical self, my financial health. You know, I got that back because I could focus and I had productivity and stuff. So it's put this in a different perspective. So now when you're hearing back from them, or you're hearing from them again, number one, you're completely shocked to even get that message or see them, bump into them. I don't know what this is. But number two, You're saying for a second, you're going back into the pattern. For a second, you're going back into it. The same way you thought, the same way you acted, the same pattern when it came to you interacting with this person. But then you take a breath, you catch yourself, and you go, wait, hold on. Something's not right. Why am I doing this again? And you're choosing to make different choices here. Okay, you're going with something else. All right. Yes, Harvey. So it's a very transformative energy. It's a very transformative energy. Here he is. Yes, Mama. All right, so I guess that means we're done. So thank you everyone for watching. It's a very deep reading, definitely. Don't show your bum to people. So let me know how it resonates with you, okay? Because it will hit somewhere. It will hit somewhere, okay? Because it's very personal. It feels very, very personal, okay? And also give me examples of how this is playing out in your life, okay? Because it will be something internal, but it will also be reflected externally as well, all right? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.